So we did that. Now it's time to actually like get into this riff, right? So here's what we're gonna do. First of all, we're gonna write some freaking drums, right? We're gonna need some drums to kind of make this part hit harder. Now, I'm still not 100% that this is the way I want this song to flow. At the same time, it feels kind of right, if I do say so myself. It's not where I want it to be. And what if we added in some flams? We're gonna fix those flams later. Don't you worry. We're gonna fix all the drums later. Usually I leave the drums towards the end. I just need to get the basic. I just need to get like the basic rhythms going, and then it will sort of elaborate with breaks and stuff like that. Excuse me, princess, not like. There's like another sort of accent in here. Like this. Okay. But hold on, so it's like da 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 dum da. There's like little 16th notes in here. Or am I just losing? Uh-huh. Okay, and in here we bring in the big guns. We bring in the China symbol, yeah? Let's make it loud, annoying. Yeah. So we crash one, super duper loud. Where are you? Oh yeah. And I'd like a ride bell in between. Actually, this is nuts. It's gonna sound awesome, I would say. I hope. Let's find out together. Let's go on a magical journey. So. Oh boy! Yeah, and it's just a riff right now. Like, it's got nothing interesting on it. Like, in it. With it. Hey, come on down. Over here. Okay, so I think this is the riff. Now, but how do we make it hit interestingly, yeah? Okay, first of all, I want that high end of that bass to be like gnarly as all hell. Like, it should be illegal. how gnarly it should be. It shouldn't be allowed to frickin' exist. There you go, buddy. Let's see how that sounds. Oh, I see. This is the gain of the pedal. It's actually not the volume that I'm looking for. It's the grit, the gain of the pedal that I'm looking for. This is why I created this track. Yes, yes. Let's see how that sounds. Oh, this is why I thought the guitars, like the bass was too loud. Like the bass high end in here. Because we actually did not turn the guitars back up to their original volume. Minus 9.8 is what we need. This is why this part wasn't really hitting as I was expecting it to. Also, let's not forget to bring back our sort of EVH guitars over here. These PVs, yeah. These PV emulations. So that's gonna be like minus 4, which is of course the Tone Forge Misha Mansour that I just love and I cannot live without. So minus 4, and here we go. My god, that's nasty. Oh boy. Once again, I'd very much like to boost these guitars up with the synths. So once again, we're going to go to our reference over here. This is the MIDI, basically, of all the guitar riffs, yeah? We're going to copy these over. Actually, you know what? I can just hit this. Copy. And just put it, I need to put it in the, where are you at? Synths. And there's the aggressive synth, the distorted synth, the nice distorted synth that we did. Which I just need to find. Where are you at? There you go. Ambiental. Oh, it's because it's called Ambiental synth. Because it's totally not that. You know, remember we talked about sort of naming your stuff? Name your stuff properly. It's important. Ambiental aggro synth. Let's see how you sound, little buddy. Come on, partner. Let's see how you sound over here. So I'm gonna put you down over here, and I'm gonna see if everything explodes. I'm actually gonna turn you up, like we always do, head to toe, covered in tattoos. Hey, welcome, rock! Yes. So, like you can hear, if I take out the synth, it's missing something, yeah? Listen while I mute it. You can look over here to kind of see if it's muted or not. It's so nasty. Oh boy. So nasty. I can't even, to be honest. Anyway. Try to keep it in English, please. So, there. So try to yell out blood if you wanna go there. What did I do? I did something. I pressed F. I probably did something that I shouldn't have. Probably fine now. Are we fine now? Where are you? Shit. That's gonna be fine. So wait up. Edit automation. Yeah, I think we're good. So wait, something is off here. What the heck did I edit? Excuse me. So I changed some automation, but I, for the life of me, do not know, right? Oh, I hit this. Okay, we're good. We're good. Everybody relax. There has been no situation. It's fine. Okay, so this synth sounds awesome, but to make it sound even more awesome, we take it, we duplicate it an octave up, because that way it'll give the presence needed to cut through the guitars, yeah? I didn't actually copy it, so let's do that now. And now it should sound even better with the context of the guitars. Yeah, and it melds very, very nicely with the guitars right now, giving them more extra bite. And okay, let's do sound effects and sort of make this part pop, yeah? So we're gonna go into sound effects. We've used the choir, we've used the things, we're gonna need some other things. First of all, we're gonna need a reverse snare because, come on, man. What are we even doing here if we're not using reverse snares all the freaking time, yeah? What were you expecting? Okay, so damn, that's one nasty riff. Like, sometimes I listen to these riffs and I'm like, it's just nasty. Like, why? Well, it's what you gotta do. Right, so we have that reverse snare in there. We're gonna need our sort of big booms. I like big booms and I cannot lie. Let's get our sub drop in here and sort of totally destroy your sound systems, because that's what we do here. So no. Okay, we're good. Okay, and now we're gonna need another sort of accent or something, just another sound to kind of really fill in this little gap, yeah? Let's look through our sort of quick sort of cinematic libraries in here. I need to go to the other thing. Samples. Additional sound effect samples. What are you? Let's turn you down a little bit so that we don't explode. Okay. Okay. So hold on. So I'm gonna chop this off. I'm gonna sort of resize the contents and apply time stretch to it. And I'm gonna get it to the grid. Basically, there you go, something like that. Right, and here's what we're gonna do with it. Normal sizing, let's put you like this. I'm gonna need an extra track. So audio, you're gonna go into, you're gonna be stereo, you're gonna go into effects. We're gonna do this. So basically I wanna sort of pitch shift it up as it goes. Use it as a sort of riser, I'm thinking. Right? So that everything so that it builds a little bit. So you're gonna be what you gonna be. I'm gonna put you down here as riser 2. Great naming on my part, I know. And I'm gonna use a pitch shifter to kind of pitch it up as it goes. So pitch shifter, which is the kilohertz pitch shifter, which I could not live without. Once again, like it's just, it's just so useful, so simple, so easy to use. How's it coming along? Had to dip out for some work. No worries, Chaos and Waffles. Welcome back. We finished the sort of ambient part. Intermission part, if you will. We're trying to get back into a very nasty riff. I'm going to show you in just a second while I do this sort of pitch shift thing here. Okay, and just go nuts over there. It's not right. It's not right because it needs to be like this. Okay, let's hear what this does. That was such a dumb sound, I can't even. But we're gonna make it cool. Don't worry. You bought the pitch shifter, really? You bought the kilohertz thing? It's like included with Slate, mate. Like I think you can like get the Slate subscription, which is like $9 or $14 or whatever it is, and you get all of this stuff that I'm using. So I'm thinking Valhalla, Supermassive, to make this sound not as dumb. Usually a good idea. Large C-beams. Hello, C-beams. How you doing? Note. 4th note. Get in here, do volume. Right, and I want you to do that. And I'm gonna pitch shift that down an octave to kind of make it sound less dumb. Let's see what that does. So you do that. An octave? An octave. Let's try an octave to start out with. Let's see what happens. Too much. You know what the problem is? I didn't fix my drums. So when we were in the intermission sort of Hellwalker-y bit, I turned up the room of the drums quite substantially, and somehow it sounds better here, because it's a very, you know why that works? It's because it's a halftime part, and it's somehow like it works constantly, like. It's weird, right? It's not just me that kind of finds that weird. It might be a mixing issue. I might have just need to, like, do I need to turn up the rooms in my drums generally? Because we could totally do that if we wanted to. Let's turn up the snare verb up in here. Subscribe to Slate. Thank you. I'm glad that you took my advice. And thank you for joining and doing all this cool thing, all these cool things, Chaos and Waffles. Like you're an amazing person. So thank you so much. So yeah, I turned up the rooms, but here's another thing that we actually need to do. We need a snare bomb up on this mofo. Like I need the snare to freaking explode every time it hits here, yeah? In order to do that, we actually use the reverse snare that we kind of use for transitions and stuff like that, but we use it normally, not reversed. Now, usually I turn this pretty low. I'm gonna give it 2 more dB, and now you're gonna hear the power that is this snare. With actual, like, with more sort of samples in it. I think it needs to be fatter. Yeah, you see when it stops being there, like how dry that snare is? When you put it back in, it's... Also, my snare needs to be fatter. I just realized this. You know what? If I go to my snare sum, I'm using distortion in here. What if I add in some extra sort of JST clip magic? So this is a Clipper plugin, but it's magic, right? Because it's done by Joey Sturgis, the dude who basically made like the modern metalcore sound in like the 2010s and 2009 and 2005, all of that good stuff. And basically, so let's see what this sounds like. Oh god. Okay, hold on. Okay, and what it does, like when you use it on a snare, it's just magic, right? It just fattens it up. Like, let me show you before and after, right? So, I'm gonna turn it off and then I'm gonna turn it on. Right? It's gonna cut through the mix like nobody's business. Check it out. Yeah? It's just crazy, right? It's just nuts. Thank you for providing an environment where you can be a music nerd and feel like you're not elite enough, like some places have made you feel. Oof. I'm sorry to hear that, guitar. I'm sorry to hear that you've had that experience, Chaos and Waffles. And like, dude, if it's a crime to be a nerd and like not be like super elitist about it, lock me up right now because I don't care, right? I just want to talk about things that I'm passionate about, like nerd out on stuff, geek out and stuff, whether it be like music or TV shows or like I've ranted about Doctor Who so much, like Horseradish can attest to it, right? Or video games, yeah, like tomorrow we're gonna be and Star Trek, yes, and Star Trek, Radiant Seeker, heyo, and. Also, what do you and like tomorrow we'll be playing video games. We'll be playing Crusader Kings. We're gonna nerd out about history and be terrible people. On Thursday we're gonna be playing Civilization and some more Factorio. So like I'm pretty nerdy and dude, like don't feel bad. Like never feel bad that you're not up to anybody's expectation. The only expectation that you should be up to is firstly your own and then like your closest family and friends, if you will, right? At least in my opinion. And in my case, I know I'll never be up to my expectation of myself, so that's just a losing battle right there. I'm not even trying anymore. I'm just like, dude, I just have an internal discussion with myself. Dan, you're crap. I know. Okay, cool, good talk. right? And that's all. But I don't really, like, you don't have to care about people who are sort of outside your sort of closest comfort zone, I don't think. Just do you. Like, what the heck? Dude, we've got one life. Why not be passionate and nerdy about the things that we like? Really, I don't get it. Anyway. What am I doing? Right, so I need to make this part interesting, right? You know what? We'll make that part interesting later. I said that about the D riff as well. Was it the D riff or was it the E riff? Whatever. There's another riff that I said earlier was boring. We're gonna fix it later. Don't worry about it. Just don't get too hung up on things where you actually have no idea how to continue right now. Move on to the next bit. You've laid down the sort of structure that will help you next time you come in. So for example, like this ambiental part, when I wrote it, last time I had no idea what I was going to do with it, really, honestly. I just sort of structured it out, and then I knew, okay, this time when I came in, I just knew I had the structure going, so we could just, like, go, right? But I'm really excited about this new riff, that maybe we could do something interesting with it. For sure, you're older now, so you care less about Jewish people, but the music crowd has lots of elitists, I found. Yes, it is indeed the case, but to each is their own. You know what? If being sort of a bit snobby about it is what helps you to enjoy music, I can't really fault you for that, really. I can fault you for, like, being sort of overtly negative about it and, like, in sort of causing other people or causing people to not feel well. But I can't fault you for, hey, I just want to be elitist and snobby because this is how I enjoy music, right? I get it to some degree, right? I say that like it's a bad thing, but I think it's only a bad thing when you sort of affect other people in a negative way, yeah? Like people, honest people, like people who are actually like pouring their hearts out in their work or in their songs or stuff like that, or on stage, and you're just sitting there like, he kind of missed the fill there. You know, doesn't feel right. Like you can totally talk to a musician and tell him, hey, dude, I noticed that thing, you missed the fill there, right? Like, what the heck, yeah? You know, jokingly a little bit, you can get your sort of snobby part out, and you can also sort of joke about it, and then the musician will probably be like, yeah, dude, I know, it was terrible. You've seen so many people go down the route of being snobby, making it hard to appreciate anything. Yeah. And I can be that too. I can be too much to handle for my friends sometimes because I overthink everything. But it's like I can be overly critical and snobby as well sometimes. And I know that, and I apologize for it. I'm trying to work through it. But I don't try to take it out on other people. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway. Do we have our sort of, we have the riff a lead tone aggro synths. Riff. This is Frozen. This has no volume. Facts. Sorry for questions, but are those drums a plugin? They're a sample pack. It works for Contact. It's called GetGood Drums Modern and Massive. It's by the lovely people in Periphery. Nolly and sort of Matt and a bit Misha sort of worked on it. And it's fan-freaking-tastic. Like, these drums sound amazing out of the box. Like just look at the sort of plugins that I have going. So the kick sum has maybe 5 plugins, and it's not doing that much, really, right? It's just, they're huge. Like, I'll turn off the parallel compression and the reverb, and you'll just hear what it sounds like. And I'll turn off the snare verb that I kind of did as well. And when you add in snare reverb, as well as the drum verb and the drum compression, yeah, it's massive, it's huge, hence the name. I highly recommend them. They're super okay. They have never touched Contact. I've been waiting till. Oh yeah, well these ones I recommend. If you're going for straight up metal, maybe the GetGood Drums Invasion might be more your thing. I like these because they're good, solid rock, like modern rock and metal drums, right? They're not superly overly complicated with a ton of cymbals. It's just a basic modern rock kit, and it sounds fan-freaking-tastic, yeah? And I don't need, like, wow drums. I don't care. They just need to be serviceable, right? They just need to be, they need to sound huge. They need to sound a certain way. It's basically the closest I can hear to, like, modern sort of Architects and Bringing the Horizon drums. Like that drum sound. Nolly's drum sound, really. Yeah, so I'm thinking a synth. We're gonna need a synth, boys and girls. Gonna need a freaking synth. I don't know which one to pick, though. So, what is synth 3? What does synth 3 do? This is the choppy one? Yes, indeed it is. That's the icon of Syn Orchestra. So we're going to need to add in a new synth. Let me save and make sure it doesn't mess up my thing. So let's go down to the Riff A lead tone, Riff C, icon of Syn Orchestra. I'm going to add in another instrument. We're going to go... What are we going to use, lads and lasses? What should we use?